This is Jordan Tower with JT News. Make sure you smash that like button, smash that subscribe button. Okay, so hey, a lot of we're having fun in the comments, man. All right, a lot of people are positive in the comments. I got a few people that are sick of talking about this, talking about that, or they're like, this person put out this paperwork and said he's not this. Well, they obviously are just they're just flip flopping. Trust me, there's something off. Gene Deal said it. Everyone that's credible that I've seen on YouTube is all said the same thing I've seen. And we'll get to that in a second. Now, 50 Cent comes back out, and he says, okay, 1090 Jake has the paperwork. Tammy Cowin is the smoking gun here, okay, too. Okay, so 1090 Jake says, man, send this stuff 50. And puts paperwork, okay? And then 50 Cent says, Tammy Cowin's the truth, but nothing but the truth coming soon. 1090 Jake tomorrow. Got that paperwork. You know the vibes. You know what's smart about what 50's doing? He's saying, he's doing this slowly. It's a slow burn here, okay? He's introducing something different every week. He's keeping the pressure in the foot on Little Meech and Big Meech's neck. They can take all the pictures with 50's ops they want. They're going to fly Ja Rule in tomorrow, most likely, right? It doesn't matter. 50 Cent still owns your life, Meech. He still owns your life, okay? If you read through everything, right? And I've seen, some people are saying, such and such YouTuber said that this proves that he didn't do anything. They're flip-flopping, okay? I respect people that just break it down and you can see the inconsistencies, and you don't have to call someone a bona fide rat or anything, but you can say, hey, this doesn't make sense right here. Why? Why doesn't it make sense, But then you get they empower. Some people aren't too smart, okay? Most of you guys are. I would say 95% of everybody that listens here is smart, okay? 5%, get the 5% of haters in the comments. Just go in there for me and refute what they're saying, okay? And you know what? This is a hot topic right now, so we're talking about it. I don't care, okay? I put out the new news too, so we're going to have fun. I'm going to have fun doing this. 50 Cent was in Miami all weekend. Why did he do that? Because he, Little Meech and Big Meech and Ross, right? They would have said in a week or two, 50 Cent's over there just trolling. He's scared to come outside. He's scared to come to Miami. He just booked Miami 3 days back to back, announced where he was going to be every night. Nobody pulled up. You guess where he was last night? Carroll City, right? Whose hood is that? Oh, well, it's Rick Ross's hood. Rick Ross is he stays in his house and he, polishes his cars every day. And I'm not saying Ross is soft. Ross is just like, he's flexing with nothing. He's flexing for no reason. Like, Ross should be worried about his boss token right now. Ross is laid up in the house like this with his arm in a sling right now, okay? Worried about his boss token. But Ross ain't saying nothing. Ross could have came out where 50 was at Carroll City and partied. But he didn't, okay? He's too busy taking pictures with Meech, and there's no business they can even do. What, Meech is going to come judge the car show? He can't. I think he's on house arrest for another year or two. He ain't coming to the car show. He's going to be there via tablet. He could have done that from jail. I know Little Meech is so mad that his dad's home from jail because he's like, damn, Dad, I didn't know you were going to come home and mess up my whole life like this. 1090 Jake has the paperwork now. 1090 Jake's going to break the paperwork down, and I'm sure Tammy had some stuff to point out. She knows where all the bodies are buried, okay? And you got and we get these other. There's a few very credible people. I see him on the Cuffy channel a lot too, like Dogface TV. He's very credible. Okay, when it comes to this. He's from Motor City, right? And he breaks this stuff down and he sees both sides, right? There's other people reading paperwork that I just seen appear. This is the first time they've ever really been known doing anything, and they're just making wild. I don't care if they went to jail or not before. You just gotta like read between the lines when you read this stuff. Reading it line for line doesn't. You gotta read specific things. Why? Why didn't Big Meech get conspiracy? It's not he's not a bona fide rat in the paperwork. He's not. There's nothing that says Big Meech did this and did that. You got to read between the lines of what Tammy Cowin's role was and how she was getting in touch with people, right? If she's getting in touch with Cuffy and she's getting in touch with Suarez, right? And they were both told that Buddy told them to call her to get such and such number and do this. That is called conspiracy. Okay? I don't know how many times I can say this in a video. I don't know. Do I have to say it every video? Because I always get a commenter down there. Oh, there's no evidence. Such and such on YouTube said so. So, what are you trying to pin me against another YouTuber? That's not going to happen. I'm not going to fight another YouTuber over, you don't know what you're talking about. No. There's no point in that. That person has their opinion. I have my opinion. I'm 90% right most of the time. Sometimes I'm wrong, but most of the time I'm right, and you guys know that, okay? I called most of these things as they happen, okay? What's going to happen is there's going to be when Tammy Cowin and everybody and 1090J comes out tomorrow and breaks everything down, all it does is cast doubt on the credibility of Big Meech, right? Because there's not the feds are funny, right? They redact a lot of stuff. Every phone call isn't in a transcript. Everything's not as transparent as you think it is, right? We always talk about the injustices in the world, right? In our justice system, right? Like, do I believe that Big Meech should have gotten 20, 30 years? No, okay? I thought that was excessive it's not like he killed anybody, right? Meech should have gotten 10 years tops for what he did. Tops. 10 years. I think 30 years was excessive. He should have been out 2015, not 2025, you know? So, you know what I mean, 2024, 25. But, you know, all this is revealed Meech's true character. When he got home, no loyalty, no death before dishonor. The only people that are pulling up on him that's a celebrity is 50's Ops. Rick Ross. Mayweather's like a friend of me. 50 Cent at this point. They're friends. They'll always be friends. But there's this competition within them, between each other. So, yeah, Big Meech's character assassination is what's happening right now. It's not really. You can't call him, like, I think 50 went far by calling him a rat. You know, that's a lot. But it's definitely funny. Just like Gene Deal said, paperwork, it just ain't right. If you even have to guess, if it's not, like, crystal clear that this person had no involvement, something's off. Because 10-year conspiracy comes with an additional 10 years. You can't facilitate deals through somebody else and not be linked to it. You know, they link people for a lot less on the outside. A lot less. Freeway Ricky Ross was home. Remember Freeway Ricky Ross? The real Rick Ross? Remember, he came home from jail and he was minding his business, doing his work, and then his Connect called him, his old Connect, and they just needed a phone number. All he did was pass a phone number. Like, oh, yeah, call this guy. I don't do that anymore, right? Guess what? His own Connect had set him up. He had taken a deal to put Freeway Ricky Ross back in jail. And he wasn't even doing nothing. All he did was pass a phone number. And he got an additional, I think, 10 years. 10 years. Look at that. He talks about it on Vlad. That his own Connect was a rat. So, if you guys can't read between the lines, from the Frank hearing we wrote. I mean, most of you guys can. Most of you were very smart. Okay, like I said, there's 5% of people that watch that complain. They threaten to leave. They leave. Leave. It's okay. We'll be okay. But I appreciate everyone watching, and we'll see it unfolds with this 1090 Jake paperwork. But as we know, 50 Cent is ruthless if you go against him. Also, Joe Budden. That's not just because of what you know how he's going at Joe Budden. He's like, I'll see you in person. Because Joe Budden was like, all these memes you're putting out about me naked in my hallways, like, because he's reenacting. 50's doing AI pictures of reenacting the incident that happened a few weeks ago, where Joe Budden was sleepwalking, quote unquote, walking around naked in his apartment building and got in trouble. And 50 brought this up because Joe Budden thinks 50 Cent needs therapy for the way he treated Irv after he passed. And don't forget, Supreme tried to take 50's life, and Irv Gotti tried to stop 50 from ever getting in the game and eating. Okay? And he was linked to Supreme. So it's up forever. But Joe Budden pretended like he couldn't understand that. He can clearly understand that. And he opened his mouth about it. They have a previous problem, though, if you guys don't know. Joe Budden and 50 Cent have never really gotten along. 50 Cent doesn't respect Joe Budden. I forget when they had their issues. I think it was in the early 2000s. I remember a clear issue they had. And I'll have to do a deep dive. Because, you can't remember every problem somebody has. But I remember they had a previous issue. So it's 50 Cent doesn't like you. He doesn't like you. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to Joe. I mean, Joe's doing just fine. But I'm just saying that's why 50 Cent's taking something that's so little so far, because it's really nothing. Joe Budden saying that, it's like, whatever. But, yep, 50 was in Carroll City. Rick Ross was home nursing his arm. And it is what it is, man. I appreciate you all. I will check you guys in the next one. Peace. Don't forget to hit that like button.